Well, hello there. So I've been trying for a bit to get online to go live, but the app that I have isn't working, so I had to go to a web-based app in order to get live. You gotta love it. Gotta love it when things work out. So camera's gonna go a little wonky because I gotta put my glove on because it's really cold. It's 36 degrees out here in Northeast Ohio. And let me tell you, it feels great. And where I'm at right now, I'm gonna turn the camera around so you can see. Let's see if you can take a look at just how beautiful it is. This is where my kids swim every day in this beautiful path that I get to hike or walk. I mean, it's just really amazing. So, but I'm out here and I'm just out here walking. I didn't lose any more weight since yesterday, but you know what? It's okay. I'm not really that concerned about it because I know that I'm on the right track. Uh, I was up at 5:30 this morning. I fixed my daughter breakfast. Good morning, Foodsko. Good to have you. Thank you for joining. And in making her breakfast, I brought my protein shake so I could have my stuff. And then I decided to. I've been watching some videos on YouTube on how to make butter. And one of the things that I've kind of gotten in the craze for, I guess craze is the right word, is making my own stuff. So since April, since we moved to Ohio from Texas, I have been making my own bread. I don't eat it very often, if at all, but my family enjoys bread, and if they can enjoy it, then hey, more power to them. So yesterday I made these delicious, and I did try a little bit of it, a fresh biscuits from scratch with sausage gravy that I had made the night before, stuffed inside and cooked, and man, they were just pretty amazing, pretty amazing. Everyone raved about them. My daughter was like, "You got to make these for all my teachers at school." I guess if I make food for her teachers at school, she gets better grades. I don't know. But anyway, we do love to give back to people. We love to give things away. We love to bless people. But I digress. I'm out here walking around, holding a phone at my face while walking is not the easiest thing. So I do need to find some other method for this. How are you doing today, Foods Co? Good to have you with me. Um, Appreciate you're here. Yeah, it is quite beautiful. Let's see, you can even see it in the back. Oops. Oof. Yeah, so that would be the second time I almost dropped my phone. I did actually drop my phone at one point. Ooh, what's in the? I did drop my phone at one point. It was pretty crazy. I literally had to go drive somewhere to get someone to come back and pick it up because I had back surgery and I cannot bend down to pick things up off the ground. But here we go. I'll get myself in the view and this beautiful little man-made lake. I think it's man-made. I mean, this multi-billion, $1 million facility here, I imagine it's probably man-made. But it's gorgeous here and it's peaceful. I mean, yeah, we're off a major freeway, but it's still peaceful here, being able to walk against that stuff. But once I turn a corner, and Foodsco, can you hear me okay? Because I'm not sure if my microphone is picking up all right, so let me know if you wouldn't mind. But coming up around the corner, I'll be at the entrance to the kids' swimming facility. Oh, you're making breakfast. What you making? So here's where the kids swim. This is part of the swim facility. This thing houses collegiate or professional Olympic level swimming pool, Olympic level basketball arena, Olympic level volleyball courts, Olympic level soccer, or as some people call it, football around the world. So, I mean, this place is just amazing. And where are you at, Foodsco? Because if you're just waking up, that means you must be near my time. So I decided to go for a walk just because I love walking. I mean, I love running. I mean, obviously, part of my shtick for this channel is, I want to do athletic stuff, or I mean, I am doing athletic stuff, I should say. And so it's a matter of really getting back in shape. You know, with the back surgery, it makes it really, really challenging. And with all the delays this morning, gosh, I don't even know what time it is. My watch doesn't tell me what time it is when when I'm engaged in, of course, fried rice, Foodsco. I love it. Fried rice is very, very good, especially when you have some chicken or, corned beef. Corned beef and fried rice is pretty good. In fact, on my trips to the Philippines with my wife, one of my favorite things is when we're at the hotels and they give us their free, quote unquote, free breakfast that's included, and fried rice and or not fried rice, garlic rice, which is probably still fried, but garlic rice and corned beef with potatoes and onions. Oof, that's some good stuff right there. That is some good stuff. Garlic rice is very, very good. But Vanjie is at home right now. It's her birthday today, so she's celebrating by letting me get up early and take Dakota. It's really hard for me to do that only because I can't sit for more than 30 minutes. So getting in the car, I literally drive to the pool and then I have to get out and start walking or do something. So I went to the grocery store shortly after getting here just to pick up a couple of things because, like I said at the very beginning, I'm really getting into this craze of making things myself. I make my own bread, started making my own sausage, and I decided that I wanted to try making butter because butter it's actually kind of expensive unless you buy the cheap margarine stuff, and I'm not buying that stuff. I want all natural, and I'm not about that like tree hugging organic, all that stuff. I just want natural stuff made with love and made with care. And that's how I can take care of my family. One of the ways I can take care of my family is get them less processed stuff. So I decided to pick up some cream so that way I can make my own butter. Do it with the kids so that way they have fun too. And I've watched some videos on it. It's pretty amazing how you do it. It's not terribly hard from what I can see. And then but I also make my own sausage. So I just happened to ask the butcher at the grocery store. I said, "Where's your pork butt?" And he said, "Well, should be right out there. If it's not, come back and holler at me, and I'll get you some." So I went back to him and I said, "I didn't find it out in the shelf." And I said, "Hey, I didn't find any, but before you go looking for it, how much is it? Because really, at the end of the day, it's how much it costs." They were having a special: buy one pork butt, get a second one free. I mean, my goodness, what a deal! So I normally buy like a 3 to 5 pound pork butt, and that costs like $2.50 a pound or something like that. Buying one pork butt and getting one free, it ended up costing me $1.60 a pound. So for sausage, normally it's about $3 a pound, something like that, roughly, anywhere between $2 to $4 a pound. And yes, it's going to require some work for me to do it, but man, I'm going to video my next thing making sausage because it's just homemade sausage is just amazing. Absolutely amazing. And you know what? It's not hard. I think some people get so worried about making things or doing things and they think it's going to be so complex and so hard. And, it does require time and energy. But as long as you have the time and the energy, it's really not that hard. Follow a few rules, a few principles, and as long as you're willing to put in the time and do it right, it's really not that hard. So let's see. You just saw a video of a kid making butter just using a processor. Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's technically there's only one ingredient in butter to make it the quickest and easiest way, and that's going to be just heavy cream. That's it. That's all you need is heavy cream. If you have heavy cream, you've got butter. If you want to make it, so what I watched a video yesterday on making cultured butter. Now, cultured butter is a little bit different. Cultured butter is something that allows you to add some additional distinct flavors and make it the way they described it in the video was if you want that true buttery flavor, right? You want it to be just full butter flavor. You do cultured butter. And the way you do that is you take the heavy cream, you add in, and there's a ratio. You add in buttermilk, and then you leave it out at room temperature for 1 week. Now, when I first saw that, I was like, dude, that stuff is gonna stink. It's gonna get mildew or moldy and all that stuff. It doesn't. It ferments. So anyone who's familiar with the process of fermenting, it creates a different flavor and a different texture. So it takes that cream and makes it a little bit thicker. So you let it ferment for about a week, and then you put it in the fridge till it gets up to about 67, down to 67, 68 degrees. And then you start churning it. You can use a food processor, you can use whatever makes it easy for you to mix it, right? Because at the end of the day, it's just all about mixing. And what happens is, as you're mixing it, it releases the milk or the vapor, the liquid inside of the butter or the cream. And it starts to separate the fat from the moisture, the water. Because the way they described it is that butter or cream is about 90, I thought I could be getting this somewhat wrong, but it's 90% fat, 90% water and 10% fat. So it's, or 80% fat. I forget. I have to look at the video again, but nonetheless, so you separate the stuff, it starts to separate itself. And then you put it in cheesecloth and then you drain the milk and then you got buttermilk. So you're literally making butter, and through the process of making butter, you've got buttermilk. I mean, how cool is that? Natural, homemade buttermilk. So I am going to be doing that sometime next weekend because I bought the cream today. And since I couldn't find any good buttermilk, it was expensive and it was 1% fat, and I like whole fat buttermilk. You can make your own, use there's again, a ratio. You put vinegar in milk and it causes it to become buttermilk after it sits for about 3 to 5 minutes. So you instantly have buttermilk. Let me see, do I have to turn around? Nope, a little bit more. So, yeah, so that's what I'm planning to do. I got the stuff, but nothing like going to the store, picking up a pork butt and walking out with two and paying, for one. I mean, it wasn't a 5-finger discount, I promise. But yeah, it was kind of cool, kind of neat to be able to do that. So current exercise routine right now, just because of my back surgery, it's really all walking. There's really nothing else that I can do. So while my daughter's swimming, I'm on the trail. DP, if you wouldn't mind telling me what time it is, because I can't look at the clock on my phone while I'm walking. And so right now I'm at about 0.9 miles. Once I get to 1 mile, I'm going to turn around and go back, and then I'll be at 2 miles. But actually right here is the back of the swimming area for where my daughter swims. So I've already walked almost a mile, and I'm not even around the whole facility. I mean, that's how big this place is. It's just humongous. And then there's the outdoor football field. And then here's the little man-made lake that they got in here. So it's 9:01. My daughter will be done in 8 minutes. So let's see, it took me about 21 minutes to get here. So I probably should turn around, but you know what? She can wait a few minutes. She'll call me while I'm on the live. And I just want to get my full 2 miles in if I can. But so under normal circumstances, when I'm not having back surgery and recovering from back surgery, I would run at least 5 times a week. 5 times a week, so that way I get 20 to 25 miles in a week. Biking, I would do at least 2 to 3 times a week. It's harder to do biking because there's so much more preparation. But I like to go at least 25 to 50 miles a week on a bike. And then swimming, I haven't had good access to a pool, and I've also been lazy. But swimming, I'd like to do about 2,000 yards about 4,000 yards a week, which is not very much. So that's pretty much what I do in preparation for my triathlons. But I don't have any triathlons coming up anytime soon, but hopefully next summer I'll be ready for some triathlons. And I'll be documenting more of my exercise routine on this channel. But as far as my diet foods go, I don't really consider it a diet. I consider it a way of life, a lifestyle of eating. And in that, what I do is typically for breakfast, I'll have a protein shake. Not always. Sometimes I'll have a omelet or just some scrambled eggs with bacon or something like that. Really what it boils down to for me, and I mentioned this on another video not too long ago, and I just said, so you can see the scene. I can't figure out, let's see if I can switch the camera here. Nope, I don't know how to switch the camera on here, but I just hit a mile. And Dave, it's literally, it's just because the app that I'm using, the app that I normally use wasn't working today. So I had to switch to using a web-based app to do this. So, but I can turn it around for me. Let me know if you can still hear me okay. And then you can see the beautiful fall scenery. But so as far as a way of eating, yeah, like I said, I usually have the protein shake for breakfast. And what I was going to say is what it boils down to is quantity of protein and calorie count, right? So I keep the calorie count low just because in general, it's better to keep the calorie count low. Your body can adjust, you know, you don't need 2,000, 3,000 calories a day. That's bunk. And your body needs at least 800 to 1,000 calories a day to function properly. And that's what I typically average. And so for breakfast, if I have a protein shake, I'm getting 30 grams of protein at 160 calories with no sugar. Whereas if I have one scrambled egg and 2 pieces of bacon, that's 160 calories, but only 13 grams of protein. So I'm getting less than half the protein. And protein is one of the most important things that you can have in your body because it's the building block of your muscle fibers, your DNA. And now carbs do support your DNA, so you do have to have some carbs. Like I'm not all about no carbs. No, not at all. But carbs do help your mitochondria grow to be able to support healing and to support natural cell growth. But being able to have high protein is very, very important unless you have some issues with, too abundance of protein. There are some people that have that issue. So I'm certainly not advocating for something that isn't healthy for you. But then for lunch, I'll have typically baked chicken. I like to have a low-fat portions for food for my proteins. Just because it cuts down on the calories. I'm not worried about the fat so much, but the more fat you have in something, the more calories, because fat is high in calories. It's not bad for you, it's just higher in calories. Because everybody has to have some fat in order to be able to function. Your fat feeds your brain, honestly. I don't know if you're aware of that, but fat actually helps your brain grow additional synapses to be able to function properly and think clearly. It's pretty amazing. Iron is pretty cool too. And there's a lot of iron in red meat. So, and then, red meat is typically higher in fat, depending on how you cut it. So I'm going to turn the camera back. Just wanted to double check. So then for snack, I'll have probably a protein bar and a protein bar. I prefer the brand Quest because they're low sugar, like 1 gram of sugar. I know my friend DP on the chat, he likes Costco brand, Kirkland brand protein bars. And, they're okay. They just don't have a very good variety. And I just don't particularly care for their flavors. If they have the flavors I liked, then I probably would go ahead and buy those because they're far cheaper than Quest. But because I'm an ambassador for Quest, I'm on their Quest squad. I get a discount on them every month, so I get them cheaper than the average person. And occasionally they send me free stuff, so you can't beat free stuff, right? So I'll have a protein bar for a snack, and my favorite flavor is chocolate chip cookie dough. And then they also have what's called a chocolate peanut butter hero bar, which basically tastes like a Reese's peanut butter bar cup. Not quite as good as a peanut butter cup, but if you're sacrificing the sugar and you want something good and you want 12 grams of protein for it, or no, 19 grams of protein for it and 200 calories, that's the best 200 calories you can spend. It is pretty secluded, Dave. This is a private property for the kids swim team, the Olympic level facility where they host. They actually have live-in Olympians, international Olympians that live here year round. So, and no, I'm not going to carry pepper spray, but it's not that secluded. There's houses on the other side of that tree line. So, but I mean, there certainly is obviously risk of small animals, but not like cougars or anything. Not like when I lived in Texas, there would be cougars and stuff like that. And not the kind of cougars you're thinking of, Dave. But anyway, so then for dinner, Foods Co., I'll probably have some sort of protein. I really don't care too much what it is. Hamburger, steak, some sort of low quality beef that's been cooked long so that way it actually still tastes good, because I'm a cheapskate on most things. And or like last night I had leftover pizza, and that was Quest protein pizza, 340 calories for a half a pizza with pepperoni and 28 grams of protein. So yesterday I ended up with 125 grams of protein and about 1,200 calories. But that's also because I went to Red Lobster and had a very bad thing. But every once in a while you got to splurge. And I had their cheddar biscuits. Do you have Red Lobster up there in Canada, Foods Co.? If you do, then they're cheddar biscuits. You know what I'm talking about. They are heaven in a bite, and I'm gonna have to learn how to make them so that way my family can benefit from them, since I'm, getting more familiar with techniques of cooking and stuff. Anywho, so then right there, that amount of food that I just told you, Foods Co., the protein shake, the lunch with the chicken, and I usually have sour cream and jalapenos on my chicken. Sometimes I'll have salsa and cheese. But it adds up to be about 160 calories for lunch and about 23 to 25 grams of protein. Then the protein bar is about 200. Hey, hey, hello, hello, Dakota. Okay, she's not answering. I answered the phone and she's not answering. But oh well, I'm here and that's all that matters. So, anywho, uh, All right, can you guys see me now? I'm back. I don't know what happened there. Oh, 2 hour drive, man. That's long. So my daughter interrupted my live stream, so that was the problem here. Because she tried to call me and it wouldn't answer, it wouldn't pick up, and then I dropped my glove trying to answer the phone. So now she's got to come all the way back here to get me to pick up my glove because, well, silly me, I can't pick it up because of my back surgery. Anywho, so are you still with me, Foods Co? You got to give me a thumbs up or something to let me know you're there, or Dave, someone know I'm talking to someone. Gosh, I'm really annoyed that my live stream got cut out. All right, you're there. Okay. All right, so yeah, that's about 600 calories or so for lunch and breakfast, and then the snack and dinner, maybe 700, 800 calories actually by then. So I still have a couple hundred calories. So before I go to bed, when I'm resting, relaxing an hour or so before bed, I'll have another protein bar, or I have protein chips, which are awesome in and of themselves. Protein chips are pretty great, and they taste delicious, and they're just wonderful. So, but yeah, it's like I said, I average about 1,000 calories to about 1,200 calories, and when I'm training for my triathlons and stuff, I'll do 1,200 to 1,400 calories because when you're training and stuff, you need a little bit more calories to be able to do all the effort, right? Because things just take time. But I better cut this live stream short so I can catch up with my daughter, figure out where she is. But I'm really glad that you hung with me there, Foods Co. It was really great to chat with you here. And hopefully I see you more often on my live streams. I'm trying to go daily. Please get the word out. Hit like, subscribe. I think it's over here or something. Here's the subscribe button. Here's the like button. Wait, I can't. Yeah, here's the like button. Hard to do on the phone, but do all the things that we do, and I'll try to follow you back there, Foods Co. Okay. So thanks so much. God bless. Have a good day. And here's the staying strong, staying with it. Keep up the fitness. Just do some walking at least, and stay on the right track. So with that, God bless and take it easy.